Liam, to go back to Chelsea, they don't seem to me to be ready to defend their championship. They bought Bakayoko from Monaco, who I thought was
well, he hasn't played yet for them, Eamon. You've got to remember that. He hasn't played. He didn't play in the Community Shield.
No, I know, but I think he's just a workhorse, Liam. But that's it. Morata was a squad player at Real Madrid, so I think they might struggle. And obviously, Conte's not a happy man.
Well, I don't know what's going on exactly at Chelsea, but Conte would have known going in there as manager that he wasn't going to be in control of all the signings. He was going to probably have a say in it. Again, I'll go back. He knew he was going to Chelsea for quite a long time. He was finishing up with doing the national job for Italy. To go back to the signing of Kante from Leicester, I'm sure the people at Chelsea said, look, this lad is available. He's been brilliant last season for Leicester. He would go really well in our midfield. And probably Conte said, yeah, he'll do for me. I think that's the way it's working.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works at probably 99% of the clubs now. And the way that John would like it to work, those days are finished, because I don't think clubs can trust. I don't think clubs. No, just let me finish. I don't think clubs can trust the managers to that extent.
Well, Liam, let's just take this season alone and what you're talking about, which it doesn't add up to what you were saying. Would he have let Matic go? Did he want to keep Matic?
Well, I don't know. They're saying.
Well, he's come out and said he did. You asked the why he's gone. He
come out and said he's a very, very. He come out and said he's a very, very good player. But we're reading now that he may sign another central midfield player. But Matic to me last season wasn't.
But he played 99% of the matches last season for Chelsea in a successful season, and the manager didn't want him to go. He's already said that he didn't want him to go. You asked the directors why he's gone. That's the reality now, and this is what we're talking about this season. Forget about my ideas of what it should be like, but this is an obvious one where he has no control over Matic going and leaving the club.
I mean, that's pretty serious, Liam, because Matic did play all the games.
He played, but I wouldn't say he was a linchpin of that Chelsea team by any means.
He played all the matches.
But if the manager wants him to stay, I don't think he played all the matches, John. If the manager wants him to.
He did, Liam. He played.
I don't think so. I think I think Fabregas got his place for a while when he needed a bit of guile into the team. Because Matic, as you saw against Real Madrid the other night, is not a player who can open up a defence. And as we've seen when Ireland have played against them. So I don't think
Eamon might have the percentage of matches. Have you got the percentage of matches he played last year?
I would say he played 85% of the games. And I think when Fabregas came in, Liam, I think...
Look, I do agree with John that if the manager wanted to keep him, he should be allowed to keep him.
Yeah, but
they're the things that go on at Chelsea, and he would have known going into that job at Chelsea that Roman Abramovich, that's his modus operandi. That's the way he works.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it right, Liam.
He would have known that. He would have known that.
Well, something as dramatic as that. I don't think he would have known that.
It hasn't made it unsuccessful down through the years, John. The way that thing works.
Well, it has in many ways, Liam. Because when you go into a club, what you're trying to build is a dynasty to be successful, going better and better each year. And Mourinho proved himself to be a success the first time he was round. And out of nothing, he signed Zinchenko and Ballack without the manager's say so. And that was the end of their relationship gone. And then you got somebody else in. Of course, if you're going to buy some top players, you're going to do you're going to do well.
The point, John, I think the point Liam and I are making is that it's always been the same at Chelsea, no matter who. They had big Phil Scolari.
I agree with that, Eamon. But it doesn't make it right.
But John, it's the game.
I know it's the game. But if you're talking, we're only talking about from this season, Eamon. Matic is a perfect example from Conte's point of view, who's done a great job. He couldn't have done a better job without spending any money, doing all the things that he's doing. He's got one of his major players that played last season has been sold without his permission.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Now, I don't care what Chelsea's done in the past. We're talking about now. That is wrong.
Yes, I agree with that. And I'm sure Liam agrees with it too, don't you, Liam?
Yeah, I do. But, there could be other circumstances. Matic might have said, look, I wanted out of Man United. Mourinho bought him in the first place. That
would have come out, Liam. That would have come out that Conte saying, I don't mind him going. He's got my permission to go. Conte's come out and said the opposite.
Okay, let's move on because John has got the hump.
No, I haven't.
I like it when you get the hump. It's good. It's good for the podcast, John. Liam,
well, you stand up to him as well, Eamon.
I am standing up to him. I'm telling him that what he's.
No, you're saying it's not right. You're saying it's not right, but that's the way it works at Chelsea.
Okay, let's make it right.
What I'm saying, Liam, is it's the reality of football around the world. And for a while, and for a few cases, Wenger being one, Alex Ferguson being another, the managers were in control. But nobody could argue, for example, that Jurgen Klopp is in control at Liverpool, John, could they?
You don't think he is?
Not a chance. They've signed nobody. He couldn't even. I think Fenway Sports, the American group that owned Liverpool, are in control.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
I don't think.
I would have his suspicions that he's not.
Suspicions? I don't think so. I mean,
I tell you, the big test is going to be now, and you're probably coming to it. Is Coutinho going to go, or is he not going to go?
Yeah, I think Coutinho will go if Barcelona want him to. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not in control.
I don't think he is. Liam, do you think Klopp is in control?
No, that's the way football works at the moment. It's just the way it is. You either have a billionaire or a multi-billionaire who wants to spend his own money on the players, who has the ego to do that.
Yeah.
And it could be at Man City, it could be at Chelsea, or you have clubs like Liverpool, probably Tottenham fall into that category, probably Arsenal. That they're not going to spend silly money on players. They're trying to build a brand and realise their investment in a capital way, i.e., growing the club and making it worth more money than they bought it for in the first place. So I don't think Klopp will decide whether Coutinho goes to Barcelona. I think money will decide. And I think that the owners of Liverpool, if they get a crazy offer like 90, 100 million, they might very well sell him.